Hello, everybody, and welcome to News and Views for June the 26th, 2025. The end of June, of course, means that the 1st of July is coming up. Canada Day celebrations will happen in town next Tuesday. They're at Riverbend Park starting at 2:30 with the bike parade. Events going then throughout the afternoon, including music, including games, and, of course, ending with fireworks at dusk. As well, this weekend, on Sunday, is the BizDeck Victory Party from the recent Filipino Heritage Celebrations, happening at the Yellowhead, starting at 1 o'clock, going till 9. They say open to all. Should be a really fun time, I think, heading out there. So if you're not doing anything else this weekend, events at the Yellowhead on Sunday. We have 5 items on the show here for you today, starting out with the Kiwanis Club, the new club new service club in town. They had their official chartering last Friday and held a music bingo, which from the looks of it, and I was not sadly there, was a great time. I'm looking for many more activities, fundraiser events coming from the new Kiwanis Club. As well, we caught the Grad parade. This happened prior to Grad. Up and down the streets and in various areas of town, the Grads paraded in their finery, and then their robes. So we got a few minutes of that for you. So if you weren't able to see it in person or attend Grad, you can still see this year's graduates. A couple of fundraisers happened in town this week as well. Out at Dairy Queen, there was a fundraiser for Touchwood Park. And at the Super Thrifty, there was a fundraiser for the Dream Ride. So all kinds of fundraisers and special activities going on this summer for all sorts of things. Always fun to check those out. And finally, just last night down in Carberry, there was an open house on the future of intersection 1 and 5, where of course the tragic bus accident happened a couple of years ago and has been the scene of many collisions. The consultants have offered their final recommendation as of last night, which, as expected by many, was the R-cut. This is a traffic loop kind of thing that has not been used in Manitoba before, and Carberry residents have been protesting this for some time, that they don't think that this option is appropriate for the location based on the type and volume of traffic that comes through, and they made their voices heard last night. So we have some footage of that open house last night. Spoke to some of the people who were the decision makers. I spoke to some of the people who were there saying this is not right for the community, and they're hoping that they will revisit these consultations, they will revisit all the data they've collected and make a more appropriate choice for the town. So if you have anything that's going on that you want to know about, whether it's a celebration, whether it's an information session, whether it is anything else that is happening, please get in touch with us. You can reach us at 204-476-2639 or by email nactv@wcgwave.ca. Thanks and enjoy the show.
How happy are you? I mean, we're just about to start. You're gonna have, next time you do this, you're gonna have to think about a bigger facility.
I know, we are thrilled. Yeah, we thought we'd be happy if there was 50 people that showed up, but looks like we maxed out ours forward. We could hold 100 people, and I think we're there. So very exciting. So for our first fundraiser, couldn't be more thrilled. So.
It's a fundraiser, of course, but it's also a very significant part of Kiwanis' history in Neepawa moving forward, the official charter date.
Exactly.
Talk to us what that means.
So the official charter, we have our Western District Governor here tonight, McKenna Grad, who actually is my niece. So it's a very special night to have McKenna here to sign our charter. So it'll be our official, opening of our Kiwanis Club here in Neepawa, and we'll sign the charter and accept it from McKenna, and then be on our way with just sky's the limit with what we can do with Kiwanis. So we're very excited.
And of course, really your first sort of face-to-face introduction to the community as well.
Exactly, yes. A lot of people have been saying, what is Kiwanis and what's it all about? So a great chance for us to be able to network with people and just see different people from around the community and area, and just kind of spread the word about we're here to help raise money for kids and get kids off of their screens, get projects that kids can get out doing things and supporting in a variety of ways. So we don't have any, we're kind of brainstorming being such a new group. So we are looking for advice from community members. We have a QR code on one of our sheets on the tables tonight, looking for advice from the community. What do kids need? So just to get a whole wealth of knowledge and expertise from the community too, and just see where we can also help out. Kiwanis is a global organization, and it's all about kids. Kiwanis, kind of their motto is "Kids meet Kiwanis, and Kiwanis meets kids." We are in over 85 countries worldwide, and they raise millions of dollars for children's activities around the world, and it's thrilling to have it here in Neepawa now.
Is there like a specific age group that you cover? Or
we cover right from little ones, like infants, all the way up. So
to youth or
youth, and even there's actually some really great children's programs too that are run through Kiwanis, and they even go up to the university level of kids too. So
I saw also that you are looking for some members, some more members. How do they?
How if they're interested?
If they're interested,
we have. They could reach out to anyone that's here tonight. Of course, we have we're on Facebook, Kiwanis Club of Neepawa and Area on Facebook. We're on Instagram, and we also have a Gmail email account. So it's kiwanisneepawa@gmail.com.
Can I have everyone's attention? Wow, this is hopefully you can hear me okay. Mr. Nordstrom, I might need you if we need more volume, but I'll try to use my big girl voice. Welcome here tonight to our very first fundraiser for the Kiwanis Club of the Neepawa and Area. We are thrilled to have you. Tonight, I am also thrilled to welcome not only all of you tonight, but our special governor of the Western Districts of Canada, of Kiwanis, is my niece, McKenna Curran. And McKenna is, in the history of Kiwanis, she's the youngest governor there's ever been in Kiwanis, so we're thrilled. So proud of you, McKenna. Let's give her a hand. So we're going to kick this off with our first music bingo. Thanks for coming. We are a new club. We're looking for brainstorming ideas. We have a few ideas of how we can support the kids here in Neepawa. There is a fabulous poster made by Joanne. Thanks, Joanne, with a QR code on your tables. We are looking for feedback from the community. So if you have any ideas on what do our kids need, what are things that are, we can enhance the lives of children here in Neepawa, we would love to hear from you. It's a Google form. You can reach out to any of us. We have the Kiwanis shirts on, so we're easy to spot. And we're more than happy to have anyone, if you're interested in joining the Kiwanis Club. We're just thrilled, and sky's the limit for what we can do for kids here. We're so thrilled. So thanks for coming out. I want to start with a big, huge thank you to all of the local businesses for their generous donations to our very first music bingo: Boston Pizza, Dairy Queen, Giant Tiger, Gill and Schmal, Harris Pharmacy, Hidden Hollow, Home Hardware, Lola's Bakery, McLaughlin GM, Neepawa Golf Club and Country Club, Neepawa Tire, Orbs Appliance, Prairie Donaire, Pyramid Collision Center, Safeway, Super Thrifty Pharmacy, Valley Optical, and Venus. What a list! Wow. The outpouring of donations, we were just so happy. So thank you, Neepawa. Thank you for coming. And I'm going to turn it over to Governor McKenna. And this is Natalie, also from
Sorry, Natalie.
a good friend of McKenna's. They're both from the Fort Francis in Ontario Kiwanis Club. And so they're here to show us how to run a bingo, music bingo, that they've had great success in Fort Francis. And so they will be our girls for tonight. So let's give them a big hand.
Thank you. Yeah.
You can stay up here. That's fine.
Yeah, so I just want to thank everybody for coming and thank you for having us. As district governor, as Angie said, it's my duty to travel across our district, visit clubs, and make appearances. And tonight is super special because we're actually going to be signing the certificate, which is the official charter night of the Kiwanis Club of Neepawa and area. So you get to be here to celebrate that with us. And I just want to say that is an exciting, super huge milestone for us as a district. So the Western Canada district goes all the way from Thunder Bay all the way to Dawson Creek, BC. So it's a very large district, and Neepawa is actually our 34th club in the entire district. And so yeah, this is super exciting. We actually have not opened a new Kiwanis club in our whole district in over 5 years. So this is amazing to have a new club, a new breath of fresh air in our district and in our communities that we service. So Kiwanis has always been very near and dear to my heart. It is the service club that focuses primarily only on children and youth. So that's what makes it so special and what makes it so unique, is that everything that we do, everything that we raise, our funds, everything has to be put back into our community to serve the needs of children. So that's extremely special. So yeah, as Angie said, I'm actually the youngest governor in all of Kiwanis history, which is a huge milestone. We are actually in 180 countries worldwide, so it's an international organization. But yeah, I just wanted to say, I'm so excited about the Kiwanis Club here. I actually grew up coming to Neepawa every summer when I was a kid to visit Angie. So Neepawa has always been a very special place to me as well. You have such an amazing community here and such a great sense of community. And just in terms of your sponsors and what you got for prizes tonight is just a huge sentiment of the community and what you have here and the support that you have. So if you're interested in joining Kiwanis, please talk to Angie or anybody who's wearing their Kiwanis t-shirt so you can join their club and get in on the fun and the service and the community to meet the needs of the children that live here and reside here. So I just want to thank you all for being here, and we'll get into music bingo because that's why you're here and that's the fun part of everything.
I'm going to introduce all of our charter members that are here this evening. So come on up, Chelsea Randall, Claire Brister, Heather Brister, Jamie Ellis, Jennifer Sarangan, Jen Davey, Joanne Freeman, Lisa Gillies, Lisa Papanese, Marna Van Wyck, Michael Weisgerber, Shelby Gillies, and I'm Angie, and I forgot to say I'm the president of the Kiwanis, so that's who I am.
We'll just make it real short and sweet. Yeah, so I'd like to present this charter, the official charter and certificate, to the Kiwanis Club of Neepawa and area. So I just want to congratulate all of you and thank you so much for dedicating yourselves to service and Kiwanis, and this is just such a special moment. My home club from Fort Francis, our club just turned 100 last year. So we've had our club charter certificate for 100 years. So yeah, this is a very special moment.
Before, but what a fantastic time, great idea. And I want to congratulate Angie, yourself, and the board that's been assigned to this or taken on this volunteer position. It is great to see an organization, a local organization, come to life in this day and age when it's we see many organizations struggling to keep afloat and get a good volunteer base. And I think this speaks to Neepawa and the great community spirit that we have here and the group of volunteers willing to take on this initiative. And again, I just want to congratulate the members and Angie, and thank you to the youngest governor and friend for coming to Neepawa and bringing forward this and supporting us in this. And I look forward to the Kiwanis Club and all the great things that it's going to bring to us here in Neepawa in support of our youth and younger people and supporting their initiatives and moving forward. So thank you, and have fun with the rest of our evening and the bingo.
am Holly Pankratz, the Assistant Executive Director for Touchwood Park. Today we're at Dairy Queen for a fundraiser for our accessible playground at 445 Commerce Avenue.
Hello, I'm Denise Ake. My wife owns Super Thrifty here and operates it. We've been participants in the Dream Ride for 4 or 5 years now, and we just wanted to give a hand to help out, raise some extra funds for the event. So a co-host would be the Super Thrifty / Dream Ride fundraiser we're doing today, in the hopes of raising some funds.
Nice, thank you.
On June 25th, a public open house was held regarding the final recommendation by Manitoba Transportation and Infrastructure for upgrades at the intersection of Highway 5 and Highway 1 near Carberry, the site of a deadly accident 2 years ago that took the lives of 17 people. As predicted by many, the recommendation was for an R-cut, a newer design that reroutes traffic from Highway 5 onto Highway 1, to then make a U-turn and return on the other side of the highway to finally turn off onto the continuation of Highway 5. This is a more common configuration in the US, and there's currently only one example in Canada, located outside of Saskatoon. Carberry residents have been speaking out for months against an R-cut, including at previous consultations, citing the heavy truck and agricultural vehicle traffic that both roads see, particularly during the spring and fall. A protest was held a few weeks ago, and both the town of Carberry and the municipality of North Cypress Langford have spoken out in the media about their opposition.
And what you're holding in your hand there is the voices of over 2,100 people who do not agree with you, that live here and use it every day and know just how stupid this idea is. So listen to us now.
So we are at the third and final round of open house engagement right now. The purpose of this engagement is to present the locals of the area, attendees of the open house, with the department's preferred alternative that we presented to the government before the government makes its decision. So we're here to convey the message that the department has identified a preferred alternative, and to hear what the public has to say. Any further concerns that we hear from the locals or from stakeholder groups or local governments, we'll take that information back to government and brief the minister and the government on what we've heard, and they can proceed to make a decision.
Okay, so this is your recommendation. This is not a done deal yet. The government still has to decide what they're going to go forward with.
Correct. Yeah.
So of course the town of Carberry in the area has been pretty vocal on their position that they are not in favor of the R-cut for various reasons. Were any of the factors that they brought up kind of considered in this analysis?
There were several factors that were presented by the local community, some of which we were able to address. I can give you an example. Common concern that we've heard is about the large trucks that they expect to use an intersection, that they expect to use this intersection. Those large trucks are, we call them long combination vehicles. They're commonly known too as Rocky Mountain doubles. So it's a semi-tractor trailer with two trailers behind it. The common concern that we've heard is about the U-turn movement in the median. And the U-turn movement in the median has been designed to accommodate those vehicles. There is one of the poster boards here that shows the swept path of a large vehicle. So that was a concern that was raised by the community, and we have conveyed to them that it's been addressed as part of the design. So it will function fine for those types of vehicles.
I know another one that was brought up was the farm equipment that is going along there, which is maybe of similarly large but different dimensions, and the crossing of the lanes of traffic.
Right.
Is that a concern with this design, or is that sort of accommodated for as well?
It is accommodated in the design. Like, there's more than enough room in that U-turn movement for that equipment to make that maneuver. There are, however, other crossing points along the Trans-Canada Highway that we are aware agriculture equipment was using fairly regularly. One was the median opening and the access about 1 mile to the east of the intersection. That was originally proposed to be closed, which is, it's a common thing that the department does when we're constructing a capital project in an area. We usually look for opportunities to rationalize accesses in the area because those accesses represent additional conflict points. And we would like to redirect the majority of traffic to the main intersections where the movement is safer. In this case, it was understood by our project team that, particularly that west access was used fairly regularly by some of the agricultural equipment, and that access is going to remain open to the project, no matter what option is selected by the
So with that access remaining open, are there additional safety measures that will need to be taken then at that intersection?
No, for now it's going to be monitoring. Our expectation is that the majority of drivers will use the R-Cut intersection and will gain a measure of comfort with it. Right now there's a level of hesitancy from the local community to use a facility like this because it's new, and that's not uncommon. It's the same sort of experience that other agencies have had when they've deployed this type of intersection treatment. Saskatchewan had a very similar experience with their open house events. There was a lot of resistance to a new idea or a new design. MTI went through a very similar thing when we built our first roundabouts in the province. Our first one was at the intersection of Highway 2 and Highway 3. And there was substantial discomfort from the local community in using a facility like that because it was new.
So what are the next steps from here? What happens after this open house?
After this open house, we take back whatever messages we receive from the open house, and we present that information and brief the government on what we've heard, and then the government will make its decision. So,
is there a timeline for that decision?
No, not yet. There's no
okay. So any kind of estimates right now are really dependent on when the government makes a decision about what's happening.
Correct. Yeah.
I thank you for the opportunity for listening to us. That's all we've been asking for. We need more consultation. And I respectfully ask that the minister come out and visit us in rural Manitoba. Take 351, see how unsafe it is. Look at the intersection during the fall and reply to her comments. We will not get used to it. And this intersection is actually busy.
I know the one thing that we all have in common is safety. And that is the #1 priority here for all of us today. We've seen tragedies here on too many occasions. What I see here tonight is a community coming together with that in mind. And I see the concerns that are coming forward, and the concerns not just tonight, but that I've been hearing throughout the last number of months. And I think it's important that we all have that voice and we all are able to share those concerns. And I do want to say, and I will put it on the record, I am not in support of an R-cut where there isn't community consensus and community support.
But it's time that rural residents ask for the safest alternative. We're tired of getting the cheapest solution.
They're trying to do it quick.
45 years to save the money for the overpass. They knew in 2006 we should have had an overpass.
They're trying to do it quick. They're trying to do it cheap. They're trying to put a little feather in their hat that they get to be the first R-Cut in Manitoba, to have a little gold star on their name. And that's what they're trying to do, and not actually think about the people that live here and use it every day.
It's very clear that they have not listened to anything that locals have said over this supposed consultation period. The traffic numbers that they're using, they sat there for 2 days in July 2024. Well, anyone that is in this area knows that that is not an accurate representation of how busy traffic gets through there. You need to sit there for the month of September, and then you will actually realize how busy that intersection gets. And they've completely failed to acknowledge that. Kind of the reason we came together to make the petition and rally to oppose the R-Cut was after the meetings in March. It was very clear that they were pushing that through. They weren't willing to listen at all to anybody in attendance. They were scoffing at people, rolling their eyes. very similar to tonight. A lot of them that are, scoffing, rolling their eyes, and it's very clear that they want to be the first ones to make an art cut in Manitoba. They want to do it cheap, they want to do it fast, they don't want to spend the money on rural residents to actually make it safe with an overpass. And they haven't actually even listened to anything. It's been a complete waste of taxpayer dollars for this whole process, actually.
Do you think that the rallying of people here tonight has made any impact on the decision and recommendation, or what the government will choose to do?
You can only hope. I really hope so. I really hope we made our voices very loud, very clear. Very happy to have support of our local MLA, Jody Byron, tonight, so that was excellent. It would be great to actually be able to talk to the transportation minister, because we've sent letters, we've sent a petition with over 2,100 names, and we've yet to hear a response at all. So.